Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark,
I'm Rob.
and today I'm going to make the argument that Caitlin Clark has had the coldest rookie reception in sports since Jackie Robinson. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so and hit the notification bell when you do. And thank you for your support. We just hit 3,000 subscribers. We did that since April, so that was pretty quick. So I want to go back to 1947. Jackie Robinson entered the Major League Baseball as the first black that played since the 1800s. A few blacks played back then, and then they kicked him out because there were a bunch of racist whites. And he entered the league as the first black in like 75 years. And he got a lot of hate. He got death threats. I'm not comparing Caitlin Clark's entry into the WNBA with Jackie Robinson's because obviously his was much worse.
Right.
And he actually won the Rookie of the Year that year. So kudos to the writers, because they were probably all white or 99% white, for giving him the Rookie of the Year. And there was probably pressure on him not to vote for the black athlete that came into the league. So give him credit for that. And we have a similar scenario now about who might win Rookie of the Year between a black and a white athlete. I don't want to compare the type of travesties that blacks have gone through in our society, compare it with Caitlin Clark's going through. But since then, I don't know any rookie that's had such a cold reception, Rob, in any league. And in my lifetime, I was born in 59, just so you know. So I've been following sports since I was like 1965. I don't remember a cold reception like this, Rob, ever. Not even close.
No, and for me, usually it would be a black. You would think it would be a black player that would be getting that cold reception, but it's a white player who's getting this cold reception.
Yeah, there's been blacks that gone in the NHL, and they've had some receptions taking place there, but there's been no celebrated rookie that that they completely put down and try to hold down in the NHL. But I don't know. I can't even think anything close to that. And since David Stern has been commissioner, the NBA has done just the opposite. They promote their rookies. Remember Shaq? He came in. All they did was like, oh, Shaq. All they did is publicize Shaq when he came in. Michael Jordan got a lot of good publicity, and they promoted them like crazy. Here, no, just the opposite. Not only did the players want to hold her down, the league didn't seem to want to promote her either, Rob, because they were afraid the players were going to get upset.
And also the media, the mainstay media, ESPN, they're ragging on. I mean, you're right. I've never seen this happen to a rookie and to a person who's never done anything to anybody. Yet they have persecuted her. They've said, just horribly treated her the way they didn't, and not even promote her. Like you said, not even promote her. Say, hey, you have one of the best college players coming into a game, yet you want to just push her aside. And, well, we can't really do this, because it might upset, another race of people because we want to keep our league that way. So we don't want to do that. Sorry.
Rob, I mean, the league itself decided not to promote her. Now, obviously they got her games on TV because they would make a lot of money that way. But I maintain the ratings would have been even higher, and they would have got more money if they promoted those games with commercials. Like they do one commercial, like "Welcome to the W," and they have several players on there. They have Caitlin Clark for like 5 seconds, and that's it. But if I was the head of the WNBA, Rob, I would have a highlight reel of Caitlin Clark, and I would promote her games because I know that would be effective. Number one, because she's Caitlin Clark, and number two, the ratings would go through the roof.
Right. I mean,
and that would gain money for everybody.
Right. That's again, we talked about that with the marketing thing. But then also now that they see what's happening with her, they're supposedly surprised that this is, or caught off guard by how popular she is, which is like, BS, because you've already seen it happen when she was in college. How can you be surprised or I didn't know this would happen?
No. We know that was damage control by the marketing officer. It was damage control when Don Staley pretended, we really couldn't see Caitlin Clark was this good. So the league. Let's talk about what they did, Rob, to try to give her a cold reception. First, it's unclear. The schedule came out December 18th, but it's unclear. But but they got the toughest schedule ever. It's been documented that they got the toughest schedule ever. 11 in 20 days and against the best teams and on and on and on. Then the refs were against her in the games. Not just like rookies not getting calls, but refs were against her. She was getting hacked and fouled and she wasn't getting the calls. And then they give ticky-tack fouls to her. And it looked like at least more black refs were doing this than white refs against her. So I don't know if it was racial or not, or whether the refs were just backing up the women in the league. It was intentional to try to hold her down. And that's why, Rob, she got the best defender every time, even though the other guard that plays for Indiana Fever was a two-time All-Star.
Right.
And averaged 18 points a game. And she didn't get the best defender, but Caitlin Clark, who's supposedly just going to be an average player, got the best defender. Then she got doubled and triple teamed more than any WNBA player in history, not just rookie, in any player in history.
Right.
So tell me you're not trying to hold this person down instead of promoting her. It's fine to be competitive, but let's not go over.
Probably using that not to get her on the Olympic team. Because, her stats would have been, just think of her stats would have been higher if she was just guarded like the way she is now, these past games, So she probably would have been on the Olympic team because her stats would have been higher.
And those of you who want to tell me, Candace Parker got some physicality when she entered the league, she did. But she came onto a team with Lisa Leslie. They couldn't double team her. Lisa Leslie still scored 16 points and 10 rebounds that year. Caitlin Clark's been triple teamed the entire year. And more than twice as much as anybody else. And why? Because they want to hold her down. They don't want to promote her. They don't want her to look good. Indiana Fever, they try like crazy against the Indiana Fever. It's like a Super Bowl every time they play against the Indiana Fever because they want to lose against Caitlin Clark-led team.
Right.
So, and then the refs didn't protect her, Rob, even when she got hit. She gets pushed down to the ground and they call, just a regular foul. And then the league only raised it up to flagrant 1 when it should have been a flagrant 2 to begin with. So the league's not even protecting her physically. She got hit in the head on one play against Seattle, and it was no foul was called. There was no upgrade by the league, no upgrade when she got hit by Angel Reese in that same game that she got shoved to the ground. Nothing. They weren't protecting her, Rob.
Well, that's because the league is promoting their physical league. And then again, she's a rookie. She's got to take her bumps. So it's okay for that to happen. And we're not going to really get after that. We're a physical league. So that's part of it.
And they keep telling us they're the best league in the world when they're really the dumbest league in the world, Rob.
So,
this is the worst run league that's noticeable by the public. Okay. Yeah, it's big enough for the league to be run. I don't want to even call it major at this point, but it's kind of a major league. And it's the worst run league that involves in any kind of team sport that gets any kind of recognition in this country by a large margin.
They're very inept. It's an inept league who doesn't know how to promote a person that would help them. I've never seen. It's so weird. Someone who would help you promote your league which you want. You want people to watch you, and people even know about her who come into the league. When she was coming into the league, and you got people watching who've never even, all they just heard her name, like, okay, well, I'm interested to see what she's about. And that's why, the viewership is up. That's why arenas are being sold out, or they're moving other games to bigger arenas because of Caitlin Clark.
And then, Rob, we didn't even get to the Olympic team yet. They kept her off the Olympic team, and for obvious reasons that we talked about before. In fact, all this is obvious in terms of why they're doing this to her. And we've all talked about it before. And sadly, part of it's race. And sadly, part of it's that she's straight in a lesbian league. And part of it's because she's not part of the clique in South Carolina and Connecticut. And she's just not part of the establishment, with the overly woke establishment, I would say, that she's involved with. But all this holding this rookie down, all it did was cost everybody a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Because that's what they did. When they didn't put her on the Olympic team, they missed all this free promotion. And it's not just this year. They missed it for the next 4 years. They missed money for the next 4 years by not putting her on the Olympics, because she won't be on the Olympic team for another 4 years, obviously. So, and all that holding her down and stuff like that. And I think she would have ignited the league more if she had played better in the first 10 games. And she would have if they just got a normal amount of rookie coverage, tight coverage with some double teams instead of just like putting their whole defense had to try to stop this one person when she hadn't even established herself yet as an MVP candidate or anything like that. It's ridiculous.
Well, and also, which also we didn't mention is the social media, which Jackie Robinson didn't have to worry about. The social media, the bombardment of her, just what was happening with her and her coming into the league and saying how she's this great white hope, whatever, coming into the league. Who is she? And she's handled this pressure, unlike Jackie Robinson, like a pro. She has not taken any barbs. She has a right to. She's a better person than you and I. I'm pretty sure we would have gone off. But she's handled it the way Jackie Robinson handled it also.
Right. And I didn't even get into the fact that she's got an incompetent coach. And I'm not sure it's not on purpose in terms of trying to hold her back in terms of the league itself. But it seems like she's trying to hold her back because the coach wants to get credit for the success of the team. And her teammates, some of them resented her at first. I think they're coming around now. They didn't even support her or even had her back when she got knocked to the ground. And then the media, Rob, you talked about the social media and just the regular media. Like, I don't even call ESPN regular. I call them irregular at this point. But right. ESPN doesn't support her at all. They underrate her all the time, Rob. So it's like a big conspiracy against her to hold her down and give her a cold reception. And all it's going to do is costing the league money and popularity right now because everybody's turned off to it.
Yeah, and you can see it right now. And you can see that's what's happening right now.
So let's see if they changed her tune. I think we've talked about this before in other videos. First, they resented Tiger Woods when he came into golf and got a lot of publicity because he was so great, which he deserved. And then when he saw that he made them a lot more money, they kind of backed off about that. The difference is they don't compete against him straight up like they do here.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
They're not in the same. They're not going head to head right up against him, like they're covering him and stuff like that. So that's the difference in the league. But they promoted Tiger Woods. The networks, ESPN talked favorably about him. The networks, ESPN doesn't do that anymore.
No, they don't. I don't know. I don't know what they do.
So if you can think of another example where a rookie got a cold reception, let me know. But obviously Jackie Robinson's was worse, got death threats and all that. But this is the worst since Jackie Robinson. And I think it's like Paul Pierce said, this is the biggest ball drop since New Year's Day.
Right. Exactly. He's exactly right.
It cost everybody money, including the people that were trying to hold her down. Mm-hmm. So say whatever you want. Anyways, just wanted to point that out, make that theory that I did. And I think it's rather obvious, but maybe you can come up with someone that got held back as a rookie that I can't remember. Mm-hmm. So anyways, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so and hit the notification bell when you do. We just hit 3,000. Of course, now we're going for 4,000 and we need your help. And then Monday, we go back to our live shows. That's every Monday Eastern time, 6 to 8, except for major holidays. If you want to donate to this channel, you can with super chats or super thanks down below. And also there's a link to PayPal down below. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.